In the collection of the Minnesota Marine Art Museum is this painting by English-born artist Thomas Cole, titled A View of Boston. Let's examine this painting starting right on the horizon line, where we can see glimpses of the urban center of Boston. You might recognize the dome of the Massachusetts State House and the spire of a church, both far in the distance. We see the still water of the harbor, the rolling green countryside, and a shepherd driving sheep in the immediate foreground. Now let's focus our attention above the horizon line, where we see a stunning skyscape with a mass of clouds rolling in from our left and dispersing into smaller wisps as our eyes move towards the top of the canvas. Let's examine the colors that Cole used to create these clouds and give them their weight and presence. We see some deep grays with undertones of purple that let us know that these clouds are heavy with rain. In the center of the sky, Cole begins to blend in lighter tones of purple, gray, and perhaps hints of red or pink. The brightest part of his sky is achieved with creamy white paint to get the atmospheric effect of light reflecting in and through the clouds. Thomas Cole was a big fan of clouds. He observed, studied, sketched, and painted clouds throughout his career. As early as 1825, about 12 years before he made this painting, Cole copied into his notebook excerpts from William Orham's book, Precepts and Observations in the Art of Coloring in Landscape Painting, regarding the specifics for painting skies and clouds. You can read this same document for free on Google Books. The section about clouds, their appropriate colors, how to build them up, and how to structure a sky can be found starting on page 16. We'll include this link in the description box below. Cole was in London from 1829 to 1831, when and where two important things related to our painting happened. Number one, he met the wealthy American expatriate Joshua Bates, who commissioned this view of Boston. And number two, he saw massive paintings and cloud studies by two artists, Joseph Mallard William Turner and John Constable, both represented in our museum's collection. Cole met Constable in 1829 and saw some of his oil studies for his cloud-filled paintings. Constable was more interested in, some would say obsessed, with clouds, skies, and weather. Here's another image by John Constable, since the painting in our collection is focused mostly on the landscape. Constable pored over meteorological writings and worked directly from nature. In fact, Constable coined a term for his rampant studying of the skies: skying. Thomas Cole's close observation of the sky and weather led him to write an article, Essay on American Scenery, for the American Monthly magazine in 1836, the year just prior to our view of Boston painting. Again, we'll link this book for you in the comments below. Beginning on page 10, Cole writes about the importance of the sky, saying that the sky is the soul of all scenery. In it are the foundations of light and shade and color. Whatever expression the sky takes, the features of the landscape are affected in unison, whether it be the serenity of the summer's blue or the dark tumult of the storm. It is the sky that makes the earth so lovely at sunrise and so splendid at sunset. In the one, it breathes over the earth the crystal-like ether, in the other, the liquid gold. He continues on to write, and if he who has traveled and observed the skies of other climes will spend a few months on the banks of the Hudson, meaning the Hudson River in upstate New York, he must be constrained to acknowledge that the variety and magnificence of American skies are unsurpassed. Thomas Cole is considered the founder of the Hudson River School, the mid-19th century American art movement made up of a group of landscape painters who painted primarily the Hudson River Valley. When you next visit the Minnesota Marine Art Museum, we invite you to head back to the Manoogian Gallery, which is overflowing with paintings by Hudson River School artists, including this artist, Frederick Edwin Church, who was Thomas Cole's only student from 1844 to 1846. And until your next visit, take some time when you're outdoors to look around, look up, and enjoy a moment of pure happiness, of being on cloud 9.